Il y a eu beaucoup d'enthousiasme.
There's a lot of enthusiasm and a lot of noise in this room for the closing ceremony.
Putting your headset. Pour la cérémonie.
For this closing ceremony, we will start by calling to the podium Dr. Davis Makila, the Acting Director of Blue Economy Development for the State Department.
Calling Dr. Davis Makila, Acting Director of Blue Economy and Development.
Over to you, sir. You have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Makila.
Okay. This okay. Your Excellency, the Ambassador for EU to Kenya, Your Excellency, the DG Mare for the EU Commission, His Excellency the Governor, Dr. Kodana, Tana River County, distinguished guests and participants, as well as senior government officials present. This with humility that I'm able to stand here before such a Catherine, Africa Catherine, as well as global Catherine. Before I proceed, because I'm supposed to have been the last one, but because of the nature of the case we have in the room, I appreciate the organizers, the ambassadors, and His Excellency the Governor for the opportunity that I come first. And before I proceed further, allow me, on behalf of the government of Kenya, with privileged delegation by the Cabinet Secretary, Honorable Salim Mufuria, and the Principal Secretary, Madam Bet Sinjaki, for the Blue Economy and Fisheries, for the opportunity they have granted unto me to stand in for them. It is an honor, and at this moment, just like the Cabinet Secretary said yesterday, I am a civil servant, mentored by a number who are present here, more so Madam Luso Bungu, who is the technical advisor to the PS, and other senior colleagues. I just go through the points that the Cabinet Secretary could have mentioned in his capacity in closing this session, and thereafter I'll ask the team to proceed. With your permission, ambassadors, Your Excellency, the Governor, and distinguished guests, just want to mention that in his remarks, the blue economy represents a special investment opportunity. And because the sector presents enormous opportunities which can be exploited for wealth creation and employment, and also reduce poverty. Among the opportunities that have been presented to us by our pitchers and panel discussants include in seaweed farming, building or fishing ports, value addition, cold storage facilities like Kusa Freezer that we have presented, and pollution control. This forum will therefore be the genesis of new collaboration in the blue economy sector and a platform for knowledge sharing on sustainable blue economy practices and innovations for socio-economic development. As mentioned, the global blue economy is expected to grow to approximately US $3 trillion by the year 2030. And the blue economy has been further identified by an agenda under the African Union 2063 as priority call for the achievement of the aspiration of the African continent. In this regard, the government of Kenya is cognizant of the role the sector plays as a key driver for sustainable development call, more so call number 14 of the UN Agenda 2030, and continue to support the initiatives to conserve and sustainably use the oceans and marine resources for sustainable development. In order to fulfill the SDG 14 and transition to circular and sustainable blue economy, there is an urgent need to reverse the destructive ocean activities that contribute to environmental degradation. Finance flows is a key means of implementation of the Call 14 and must be redirected to drive investment in support of the blue economy. We look forward to building a common framework that integrates sustainability, resilience, and financing for catalyzing high-scale investment for making sustainable blue economy a reality. In conclusion, the second BlueInvest Africa Forum 2024, we are here, has therefore presented an excellent opportunity for the blue economy sector players and investors to leverage on the opportunities in the sector to drive economic growth and create jobs. We will continue to work together with our development partners present, intergovernmental organizations, they are here with us, private sector, there have been panel discussions here, from Africa and beyond to unlock the opportunities in the blue economy sector. I take this opportunity to once again thank the European Union, the investors, pitchers, the national government, the county governments, here represented by His Excellency the Governor, Tana River, Dr. Kodana, and all other participants for making this forum a success. And as I mentioned earlier, I stop there and request the organizers to proceed. Thank you for lending me your ears and listen to the CS speech. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I now call upon the Ambassador of the EU, Madame Henrietta Geiger, to come and give her closing remarks. Thank you.
Dear Director General, dear Governor, dear Director of the State Department for Blue Economy, dear pitchers, dear investors, dear all. It has been an impressive 2 days that we witnessed, and I think you're all privy to the very good atmosphere that we have witnessed here. Lots and lots of dialogue, lots and lots of ideas, lots and lots of hope has been created. And this is what the world needs, good news. But let me start by thanking. First of all, I want to thank the government of Kenya for the willingness to host this event, the first event on African continental soil. This has potentialized from the first edition on the Seychelles and has emerged into a much bigger, much more important event, and has provided us all with a platform where from there the sky is the limit. I would also like to thank the organizers, the organizing team, our contractors, but also for all the colleagues who worked tirelessly for many months and maybe more than a year on making this a success. We are all used to have a seamless organization, but we never acknowledge those who have worked day and night to make it a success. So I would like to have a special applause for our organizing team. Now let me share just some personal remarks on what we can draw from these 2 days. So we heard a lot about diversity, inclusion, innovation, sustainability, biodiversity, climate change. These were key words that resonated during the last 2 days during the forum. And the BlueInvest is there to potentialize all that you have brought to this space in innovative ideas and make it into big and profitable businesses. It is very important that we emphasize that the key here is, of course, to make profit. Otherwise, you wouldn't be in business. But you made proof that actually the blue space and to protect climate and the environment can make business sense. And I think this is maybe the most important lesson and the most important message that has to go out to the world, not only to Kenya, Africa, but to the entire world. So the blue space is profitable and can protect at the same time our biodiversity, our climate, and mitigate the biodiversity loss we have. Then also, I think one of the key achievements that we saw here is that you see a blue economy space emerging, a network of African investors and business people who are thriving in this space. And what I have seen in my experience is that the contacts you established here today are much more important than what is happening on stage. Because this is what you take home, this is what you follow up with, and these are the ideas that you get from others to inspire you to do more. And I think from that very strong network, a lot can happen in the future. I would just like to say that this blue economy space is emerging, and it's emerging not only in Africa, it's emerging globally. And we have said before, there can be no green without blue. And this is only now setting in that actually, if we are not protecting our waters, we have no hope to mitigate climate change. So this is a message that has to be powerfully sent out. And I thank you all for believing in the blue economy and for investing in the blue economy. And by your success, you are actually making a contribution to global peace and prosperity. So I wish you the very, very best. And I thank those who have come from far, far away and invested 2 days of their lifetime in this. And I hope it has been a very interesting journey, certainly for me, a learning space. And me as EU ambassador here in Kenya, I'm fully committed to use this, what we achieved today, as a platform to further expand and potentialize the economic space that is created through our BlueInvest conference. Asanteni sana.
Thank you. For the next speech, let me call upon Mr. Governor of Tana River County, Dr. Dado Godana.
Thank you so much. The EU Ambassador, Her Excellency Henriette Giger, Director General, DG Mare, and our Director from the Ministry of Blue Economy. Colleagues, participants, good afternoon. I was not meant to give a speech here today, but mine is basically because as a participant and as a representative of the region, as a governor of this JKP region, we call it the JKP region, is first of all to thank all of you for coming to participate in this BlueInvest Forum. To travel all the way from your places to come to Kwale in the JKP region to have this function, this successful. And for EU and the organizers to agree, and the ministry to agree to bring this forum to this region. I thank you so much, because this region, in this country, we so believe that we have so much potential in terms of the blue space. And so as a player, major player in the country and probably in the whole of even Africa, we have so much that we can talk about. And ours was specifically that it gives us the opportunity to come and learn. I have come here as a governor and representing the rest of them to come and learn what there is there for us to be able to replicate in JKP. And I've seen so much as I was coming in, a lot of innovative ideas, a lot of solutions have been developed by not just our Kenyan people and young people, but the whole of the African continent. I was watching also here when presentations were being done during the pitching sessions, and I was about to ask somebody, how old are you? I think I can ask you now, but sorry, I will not ask. Because that person looked like young, very young, and almost all of them are young people. Our parents could not see those opportunities you saw or you've seen now at those years. But I'm happy the young people are seeing opportunities where we don't see. I have never seen, because I could have been part of you if I had any solution. But I have not developed any solution so far. And I don't want to really relate you to Gen Z. But I'm just from a conference in Lamu, just for a sub-region, one of the sub-regions we have, just like JKP. And I saw young people, I saw women, I saw the youths coming up with so much. That's when I learned there is so much amongst us within our regions that can be done. And so it also gave all of us here the opportunity as a continent to see what each one of us is doing. When that gentleman from, I think, Senegal was presenting, he said he didn't know what to do with seaweed. Much as he was doing what he was doing, but he didn't know what to do with seaweed. He came and saw here what is being done in seaweed. So there's a take home out of this conference. And so it has been a forum for exchange of knowledge from among us as Africans. And also the pitching was an opportunity for you to look for opportunity for support in financing. And that is the most critical thing that I think is the purpose of this conference or this forum, to create a platform where we can share together and see which are these investable solutions that we can pick and promote. We've been having that conversation outside there, and we're looking at what should we do as leaders, aligning, trying to ensure that funding gets down there. Because when we're talking of innovation, it has to spring from down there. So how do we get these resources to get to the people that we are calling innovators, so that then they contribute positively to our economies? So again, the Global Gateway is one of the solutions, in my view, that can help us to get where we want to go. And so I congratulate you who have brought in those solutions from the region for the effort you've made to where you are. And my prayer that as we celebrate you here, could be, I don't know, because I've not been told, whether the monies you wanted here, you have already gotten. I don't know, maybe you, so I'm only praying that whatever you are looking for, you have already gotten. I have already approved myself. And again, Ambassador, I want to thank you very much for the Go Blue project. For some years, even in my own region, in the county, we have never been able to get closer to exploit the shoreline we have the way we have been able to do it when you introduce this project, the Go Blue. The cold storages that have been said here for fish, for milk, and the rest of the value chains was because of the project. We benefited because of those projects. And today we can speak about very many other achievements that we've done through the Go Blue project. And so ours is to request that we continue engaging together, even as the project is winding up. If we can have conversations to come up with other options, so that we don't just stop there. Some of these benefits we have seen here, we can be able to escalate and go beyond there, so that we achieve exactly what we want. Because the essence is about addressing climate change, addressing opportunities within the sea, and building our economies so that we contribute to the general economy of regions and of the nation and Africa and all of us together. So then, mine is to request for more of these conversations, which we are already doing together across the board with different of partners. So I'm happy. It has been very interesting and very encouraging to me and to all of us to see how much we have gone into this. So once again, you are welcome to this region. Don't come once, don't come twice. Somebody has just won a ticket for the boat ride. So we have boats here. We have the coast region of Kenya is a tourist place. So you can find enough time. You can create more time to walk around. It's not just Kwale. There's Mombasa. There's Kilifi. There's Tana River. There's Lamu. All that is blue space for exploitation and tourism. So you can spare your time and decide. Just make a decision. Just decide in the next 1 hour. That you are staying a little bit longer to enjoy what the coast has to offer to all of us. Otherwise, congratulations you guys, and thank you all for this successful forum. May God bless you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Governor of Tana River, for that very interesting and nice closing remarks. I now call upon Madam Shalina Vicheva, the DG of Maritime Affairs and Fisheries EU, to give her closing remarks. Thank you. Welcome.
So, Your Excellency, Ambassador of the European Union to Kenya, dear Governor, Honorable Governor, dear Director from the State Department, dear pitchers, dear investors, dear everyone, it has been such a pleasure to be able to be with you for these 2 days of incredible energy, passion, and uplifting action from young people. I agree, these are young people that hold the future, and we have to be thankful and grateful to them that they are so active and so passionate. I promised when we started this exercise that the European Union is looking to very concrete, inclusive and business-oriented event. And I'm so happy that it proved again in its second edition here in Kenya that it is concrete, that it is business-oriented, and alongside with the sustainability in mind, which is absolutely essential, we have the inclusivity that goes as a golden thread. I was so happy to hear also that all the time there were questions from the investors that are very much profit-oriented. They were asking, what will this project bring to the community? How will this project care about sustainability of the ocean? And as the ambassador said, it is not difficult, not just not impossible, it is not difficult to make a business case out of sustainability. So I'm really proud of what we have achieved in these 2 days. I know that you liked my figures at the opening, and I will give you some more about the effect out of what we have organized, all of us, in these 2 days. So what we gathered finally is more than 560 participants, more than 330 on site, and the others online. And I would like to specifically thank both communities, the ones that have made the way here to Kenya, but also the ones that are online, because it is more difficult to sustain the interest out there because you don't feel the energy. I'm sorry. The energy keeps us so much enthusiastic here on the ground. Another very important figure, and this is the 720, at least, organized business-to-business meetings, because we are here for that, to organize business-to-business meetings so that they can come to fruition for new financing, for new teaming up, for new ideas and future projects. And this is the minimum. I'm sure that there were many more. These are the ones that we organized. We had 27 wonderful pictures. Believe me, when I had to vote, it was so difficult for me to rank the fantastic, really fantastic presentations that you've made. And I'm sure that it was difficult for you. Being on stage is not easy, but it is so wonderful to see how you can structure, how you can present, how you can convey your conviction and convince the others. I hope that the investors have been convinced, and we will have some investments happening as a result of these 2 days. And it is very important also the qualitative feedback. I'm giving you figures, but it's always important to hear genuine feedback from all of you. And I had so many of you coming to me and saying, this was so useful. It was so exciting. I'm quoting, it was so uplifting. I learned so much. So I'm happy that we have achieved what we have aspired to. And if you allow me, I will try to sum up. And I was listening to Matthew, one of our tech talkers. He was using the 3P, so kind of acronyms using. His triple P was, as far as I remember, people, planet, and profit. I will try to lead you to something else, and you will discover it at the end. And I will start with the first thing that I value myself enormously: innovation and entrepreneurial spirit. So with this forum, we managed once again to promote blue economy, innovation, and entrepreneurial spirit. And not only that, we have put in the light spot the African potential. BlueInvest Africa has shown that on this continent, there is no shortage of ideas. These ideas are so innovative, so genuine. They can make out of the waste a resource for business. And this was not only this room, but also outside in the exhibition. The only thing we need is to make the best environment to source these invaluable ideas and to develop sustainable blue economy. We've seen that some of you are quite well developed already, so the development is at reach. Second, we have put you all in motion. There was really thriving energy in the room and outside. So we boosted your motivation. So my second keyword is motivation. The blue economy is a very dynamic sector, and I was trying to put that on the screen by giving you some interesting figures in my opening remark. It is creating jobs, it is creating growth, it is one of the sectors of the future. And what I know in business is that the ones that are in advance of a good idea, of a dynamic sector, they cream the benefit out of it. I hope you have used these 2 days to connect either online or on site, to share experiences and tips and exchange business cards, discover new projects, extend your networks, and maybe make new friends. Friendship is so important. My third concept here, BlueInvest Africa has highlighted the importance of people. My third keyword. Entrepreneurs, investors, policymakers, because these are the enablers of business environment, ocean lovers, and believers in the potential of the blue economy and in the value of partnership. BlueInvest Africa was your event. This is how it was designed, and it proved to be one of these events, the events for yourself. I would like to highlight my fourth concept now. I trust we have also stressed the importance of action. Push back the barriers, weigh up the impossible, and challenge the status quo. This is what happens with the dynamic sectors of the future. You have to cast the pathway of things that some people would not believe in. So you need extra energy, you need extra action to do that. It is often difficult. The life of entrepreneurs is extremely difficult. And I know it because my own daughter has a startup. You are so often close to desperation. But what is important is that you never give up. Never. And I have to tell you, from my own experience, if I'm here today, the Director General of the Directorate General for Maritime and Fisheries, I have my assistant here, she would witness. It is because I never give up. If I want something, I go for it. I was impressed by the picture from South Africa, from Johannesburg, who said, I failed 7 times, but in the end, I have a successful company in Johannesburg. And it is not easy to make successful business in Johannesburg. And not only this business is successful and inclusive. So action and belief and confidence in your own force and in your ideas. And this is precisely what BlueInvest Africa is about. Then I come to my last but one keyword. And this is BlueInvest is about creating a community. And my team, Benedict, will remember when we were organizing the first one in the Seychelles, I said we need to build community. And this is not easy because we are too far and away. And to sustain the energy in the network is not easy. But we've made it. And we have some clear examples of that. And these are James and Flavian. And I would like you to give a big applause for these 2 masters of ceremony that make the link between the first edition in Seychelles and this one, and they scaled up, not only in their businesses, but to a master of ceremony status. Thank you so much. You are so wonderful. And by the way, James is in a jacket that demonstrates his business activity, what you can do from the waste, which is the fish skin. So the community is of utmost importance, and we have to sustain it. You can count on me and my team. We will be restless to maintain this community. And I have one good announcement at the end of my statement. And finally, my last word is that blue economy proves to be, and Africa demonstrates that can use blue economy for transformational potential. This is the significance of this sector that it is so transformational, whether because it contributes to sustainability or whether because it is in the avant-garde with a very dynamic profile of development in the global economy, whether because it contributes enormously to the coastal communities. So, to recap, innovation, motivation, people, action, community, and transformation. When you link the first letters of these concepts, you can fuse it up to impact. So this is what we want to achieve. Impact for you, impact for Africa, impact globally. I can easily go for many other concepts like partnership, potential, passion to do things better and better, but I decided to go for impact. We hope your participation here in BlueInvest Africa will impact you. As a pitcher, as an investor, an entrepreneur, or blue economy supporter, we hope it has opened new doors and created new opportunities. I hope you have learned a lot. The pitchers have scaled up their presentation capacity. And I'm sure, I not just hope, you have found new friends. In return, we are confident that your commitment to the development of a sustainable blue economy will stay, will expand, will make an impact on the way we conserve and use the ocean. And I would also like on my part to give a couple of words of thanks. First of all, let me thank the Kenyan government. Really thank you for all the efforts. First, for initiating to host, all the effort for organizing, to give it a high profile. We knew that the president was here to come, but for externalities and certain hiccups, he couldn't come. But we had the cabinet secretary, the minister, we had a very strong political representation of the region. By the way, local authorities are extremely important to enable businesses, and they were there with us. I would like to thank very much everybody from the European Union that made it happen, because it's our idea that we share with Africa. And let me tell you that this idea sprang in Europe, and this is one of the most thriving initiatives. BlueInvest in Europe is one of the most thriving initiatives that we handle. So we wanted to share it with you, dear African friends. First, I would like to thank the delegation, Henriette. Thank you so much, but not only you, Hervé, and the whole team behind this humongous work, I would say. I would like to thank my team. You can't imagine how depleted we are. We are a very little team dealing with so many things. And I have here with me Lady Africa, Benedict. She's with her earrings of the African continent. She's so passionate and so workaholic, I would say. She works for a team of 10. And I want to thank you so much, Benedict. I want to thank, of course, the embassies and the ambassadors of member states, EU member states here. They were extremely interested and helpful in this organization. I would like also to thank specifically Vincent. I'm facing you. So we have our contractor, which is a consortium, actually, that is led by GL Events. Thank you so much. You're impeccable. I see you up there and around. It was so smooth, so thought through. You were fantastic and so professional. You did it the same way in the Seychelles. You're just heading to a tradition. Excellent. And now, I would like to thank our pitchers. You've been absolutely fantastic. Without you, this event wouldn't have been what it is. And I would like to ask you, be the ambassadors of BlueInvest Africa. When you go back to your countries, when you hear my last statement, you have to propagate whatever you have learned and the value of this event, because there's so many like you that need this learning and networking experience. Thank you very much to our investors. They were so patient, involved, engaged, and I'm sure that we will end up with some deals. I will be following up. And now I would like to announce something that is important for next year. So we have already an initiating hosting country, that is Togo. So I really thank very much for this initiative, for hosting next year at the end of the year. So we will see when exactly it will be. But I would really like that we will have Kenyan authorities representation, Seychelles authorities representation, and all of you as a community there in 2025. Thank you so much. Now I wish you safe journey back for the ones that are here. Enjoy. I know that tomorrow there is something organized. I'm so envious I won't be able to participate. And I wish a very nice week for the ones that are online. Thank you very much.